Shalom, all glory be to God. Proverbs chapter 14, verse 12 reads, There is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. Which way are you going? Selling drugs, shooting your guns, robbing, killing, all sorts of violence. That's not the way of God. Might be satisfying to the flesh, but it's destructive to your spirit. The most common thing that's said in the darkness is, every dog has their day. The ways of God lead you to life, everlasting life. God said, be in the world, but not of the world. Violent activity, that's of the devil. Violence leads to death. Drugs lead to death. God said, be fruitful and multiply. Every man obtains some special gift from God. You don't need to resort to violence in order to be blessed. You don't need to sell drugs in order to make it in life. God said, the king's heart is in my hands, and I turn it whichever way I want it to go. God is the creator of all things and all man. See, God gave the man a mind to be able to even create a house. God gave man a mind to be able to even create a car. And if a man in his right state of mind, God mercy or grace is why that man's in his right state of mind. Earth and everything in it belongs to God. You uplifting the wrong man's name. That man that you running behind who created that gang, he don't know you. When you go to jail, he's not finna send you no money. When your family in need, he's not going to feed them. When you sick, he's not finna come give you no medicine. When you sick, he's not even gonna think about to pray for you because it's against what he stand for. You running around uplifting another man's name that don't even know you, that can't help you, that can't save you, that did not wake you up this morning. You run after another man's name that God created. You run after another man's name that does nothing for you. Man can't do what God can do for you. That same man that you running behind, he gonna have to stand before God on judgment day also. He ain't gonna be able to speak for you, and you ain't gonna be able to speak for him. You see, when you go to court, he can't speak for you. Look at court as preparation, you know? So now you walking around here being evil to certain people because the man that you following after behind don't like them kind of people. Okay, so you separated yourself from the love of God for another man who can't do nothing for you. Okay, so you separating yourself from your blessing for another man who can't do nothing for you. So you separating yourself for another man who tell you to stay dangerous and not stay blessed. So you choosing to walk in a man-made pathway. You're not walking in your own will. You walking in another man's will. God wants us to walk in his will. Jesus said, let your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. That should be our daily prayer. I can see if you wanted to walk in your own will, it's still bad. But you walking in another man's will who did not make heaven or earth, who don't have a heaven nor hell to put you in, who can't do nothing to you because no weapon formed against you shall prosper when you with God. Another man's way that sent many people to prison. Another man's way who made many mothers cry. Another man's way who broke up many homes. A man that's walking in darkness cannot do anything for you but send your soul to hell. God says the blind leading the blind. And if the blind lead the blind, they both should fall into a ditch. If you're going to fight any man's battle, you better fight God's battle. It's a battle between the righteous and the wicked. The battle between light and darkness. Either you consider foolish or you consider wise. The ways of God is wisdom, is wise. The ways of the devil is wickedness, is foolish. Proverbs chapter 12, verse 7 through 18 reads, 7. The wicked are overthrown and are not, but the house of the righteous shall stand. 8. A man shall be condemned according to his wisdom, but he that is of a perverse heart shall be despised. 9. He that is despised and hath a servant is better than he that honoreth himself and lacketh bread. 10. A righteous man regardeth the life of his beast, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. 11. He that tilleth his land should be satisfied with bread, but he that followeth vain persons is void of understanding. 12. The wicked desireth the net of evil men, but the root of the righteous yieldeth fruit. 13. The wicked is snared by the transgressions of his lips, but the just shall come out of trouble. 14. A man should be satisfied with the good by the fruit of his mouth, and the recompense of a man's hands shall be rendered unto him. 15. The way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but he that hearkeneth unto counsel is wise. 16. A fool's wrath is presently known, but a prudent man covereth shame. 17. He that speaketh truth showeth forth righteousness, but a false witness deceit. 18. There is that speaketh like the piercing of a sword, but the tongue of the wise is health. Now that's just a couple scriptures about being wise and being foolish. The difference between wisdom and foolishness. The characteristic traits of wisdom and foolishness. Now let's go over to Proverbs chapter 13, verse 8 through 14. Verse 8. The ransom of a man's life are his riches, but the poor heareth not rebuke. 9. The light of the righteous rejoiceth, but the lamp of the wicked shall be put out. 10. Only by pride cometh contention, but the well advised is wisdom. 12. Hope deferred maketh the heart sick, but when desire cometh, it is a tree of life. 13. Whoso despiseth the word shall be destroyed, but he that feareth the commandment shall be rewarded. 14. The law of the wise is a fountain of life, to depart from the snares of death. Be wise and come from under the world way of doing things. The world way of thinking is not doing nothing but leading you to death. The light of God is considered wise, and the darkness of God is considered foolishness. God created all things, light and dark. Whoso despises the word of God shall be destroyed. When you walk in the darkness, you despising the word of God. That's why when you walking in darkness, you ain't gonna have too long you can walk in darkness. Because remember the saying, every dog should have their day. When you fear the Lord, you shall be rewarded. There is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. God bless you and shalom.